Good afternoon. It is 21st of March 2024. Time to start another guitar build. I've got some wood that I've acquired over some time, some bits and pieces, scraps from builds in the past. I've got two layers of this really good, nice, smooth, and rounded Ninja Warrior shaped wood that I already pre-cut from that's got a plan for another guitar that I'm gonna build, but I decided I want to do a LED light up random star guitar. So it's gonna have the 5 zones like the random star one that I did, the Ninja Warrior shape. So I'm gonna take some scraps of the wood and make 2 layers, glue them together with my CA glue, get 2 layers going, and then trace out the shape for the randoms, the Ninja Warrior shape, and then cut out the pieces of wood. And I've already got the neck and all the parts and all the LEDs. So we're gonna do another LED light up guitar, really killer. But this time it's gonna be with the Ninja Warrior shape, and with the headstock it's going to be the reverse Jackson shape headstock, and I'm going to try to do LEDs on the front of the headstock. And I'll show you all that when I get going here. So let me piece these pieces together the way I need. Very cool, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, perfect cutout of the shape. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, the backwood turned out good. The seams are seamless, and I'll fill in all these with glue and body filler. But yeah, there we go. Ninja Warrior is born. Ninja Warrior LED body is cut. So I've got my orbital sander out. So I'm gonna sand all these edges and make them nice and smooth. And I'll see when I get some progress done there. See how they're, just to make them completely uniform. All right, see you in a bit. All right, it is actually the 22nd of March 2024 now, and I just wanted to show you I've got the body that we cut and pieced together yesterday, and I've got all the parts and everything good to go on the body. I just wanted to show you my plan and the idea for this really cool guitar. All right, I got my parts laid out. Explain, it's going to be the LEDs that I'm going to use. I've got plenty of LEDs. I think I've got 3, 6, 9, probably about 10 packets worth. And I'm going with this LED right there. If you're familiar with my past builds, let me show you on the computer there. There's the diamond plate Ninja Warrior. There's the rhinestone Ninja Warrior, and see this one behind there? This one right here is the random star LED guitar that I've done not too long ago. If you remember that one, you can look back through the pictures. There's the logo that we're gonna put, the Raglan logo, right in the center of the frets. So that's gonna go right there. Gonna have to draw out, this is just the first steps. I'm gonna have to draw out the border and then figure out everything and go through the process. We're gonna go with EMG 81 in the bridge. We're gonna go with the wraparound bridge. We got the posts right there. Either we can go with the black. I might make a custom mirror, or go with the black for the trussard cover like I did on the random star. Yeah, the black would look pretty cool. I was thinking about putting the LEDs on the headstock as well. Well, let me finish with the parts real quick. So we'll go with the 1 volume knob there. Input jack is probably just going to be square, and it's probably going to be somewhere in that vicinity. The standard neck plate, we're going to go with the Dunlop locking strap buttons. For the battery compartment for the actual pickup, we're going to use the shallow 9-volt battery compartment there. And then for the pickup, or the LED light battery, we're going to go with the 12-volt batteries, which are these small batteries here. This is the switch that I'm going to use. This is going to be the switch that controls the sections of lights. If you're familiar with Ace Frehley's LED light up Les Paul, I'm going to have the zones, probably going to be 4 or 5 zones, and they're going to go from, probably going to start from the front to the back. So this switch, what the switch does is it lights one zone at a time in sequence. I'll have to show you that. Yeah, this is the 9-volt battery compartment, or the 12-volt battery compartment, but I'm going to cut it shallow and that's going to go in the back and have plenty of room. I'm not going to make the mistake like I did on the Random Star where I had limited access to the cavities. I didn't cut big enough, so we're going to cut a lot bigger this time. The switch, it's just going to be the 3-point switch, and it's probably going to be in this area like I did on the Random Star, and that's going to control the LED side of it, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, the inlay, raglan inlay. What I was thinking about doing was dremeling out a shallow section here and then go with LEDs on the headstock. But now that I'm looking at the headstock more in depth, I don't think it's going to be big enough to really have the cool effect that I would want it to have. I might do that on another guitar, like I got planned to do the Explorer LED light, and that has a bigger footprint on the headstock. Or I might do like a Les Paul. I could do a Les Paul LED, and then I'll do the Les Paul headstock is definitely a lot bigger, so we'll go with that. So I'm just gonna probably go with the front of it silver with the Raglan logo in black, and also, the Raglan logo on the frets. But seeing as how I'm going to do the Raglan logo on the headstock, I might opt to maybe not have any fret markers, or maybe have a single fret marker in the center, like an R or something cool, or I don't know, figure something out for that, because anything's basically possible. But this neck is 22 fret neck, so it's really cool, fit in there. And when I was going to do the LEDs on the top, I was going to Dremel out a channel on each side for the wire, because obviously you can't go under the fretboard, because that's where normally LED lights on the, if you have the LEDs on the fret markers. But I was going to Dremel out a little section, backfill it with some body filler. But the neck is really thin, and I don't know if that would have any effect on stability of the playing of the neck anyway. But anyway, I think this is going to be really cool, because this, I think, body is a little bit smaller than the Random Star body that I did. If you recall, let's go back to the computer pictures that I just took. Let's see. Yeah, this picture right here of the, and I'll share a link if you recall that I did that one. That body's a little bit bigger, but this one has a little bit more of a dramatic curve to it, so it's going to look really cool. But alright, so the next step's going to be to figure out the border. Of course, I'm going to fill in all this wood with CA glue and everything like that, and make it perfect. But that's going to be Dremeled down anyway, so yeah. So next step probably be to figure out the border, figure out the different zones, and then start the process of that. But yeah, this is going to be very cool indeed. So alright, so hope everybody's having a good day, and we'll continue work on this. Got a couple more projects. I'm going to start here. It looks like it's going to rain this afternoon, so I'm not going to have a lot of time outside today. I was hoping to cut a couple more body blanks, but yeah, very cool. The Ninja Warrior LED light. So light up guitar, so it's going to be very cool. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, determine the 5 zones, more or less. Of course, I'm going to countersink, so these marks are going to disappear, so I'm going to have to trace it. I'm going to go ahead and get some tracing. I'm going to trace it onto a template before I do all that, but anyway. So it's basically 4.5 inches per zone, so this will be zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the way the LEDs will light up, it'll go from the front to back, so this whole zone will light up the LEDs, in successive order. So it'll be a cool, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's basically it, and I drew in the border, so that'll be very cool. So once I get all that set, the next step is going to be to actually cut out the neck pocket and do all the traditional guitar making kind of stuff with the Jackson style. Or no, we're not going to go with the Jackson style, that's right, we're just going to go with the square input. Input's going to be probably in this vicinity, like over here. Of course, we could always put it on the fin there. That would be cool too, because it'd be out of the way. Because right there, the way these set, your knee sits here and your knee sits here, so it wouldn't be in the way per se. With the Jackson style input jack, it goes somewhat of an angle, but with the square input jack, it's going to be straight out this way, so the cord's going to come out like that way. So we'll figure that out. But alright, so this will probably conclude progress on this. I'm going to do some drawings, so very cool indeed. So yeah, so we'll get that going. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Good morning, beautiful day here in Central Florida. Oh yeah, it's in the 60s, it feels good, sun's out. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior LED electric guitar. Very cool. We're outside, got all my parts and everything. Try to get as far as we can today. I'm gonna go ahead and get the neck out and cut the neck pocket and start that process, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, perfect. Let me go ahead and install the neck. I got my neck plate. Pardon the neighbors cutting the grass there, so go ahead and install the neck and I'll see you in a second. Alright, perfect installation of the neck. Turned out pretty sweet. Alright, pretty awesome. Alright, next step is going to be to go ahead and measure out for the bridge and go ahead and get that installed. I'm going to go with the wraparound bridge like that. So let me get everything dialed in perfect that way, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I've got everything marked out where I need to go. I got my bridge and posts, so I got my proper drill bit. So let me go ahead and install the bridge, and I'll see you when I get that done. Alright, perfect installation of the bridge. I did a string test where I take a string and I go from the bridge to the nut, and then we're good to go as far as height. Oh yeah. And I can always shim the back if I need to when it gets down to it, but we're perfectly lined up, so it looks pretty awesome. So next step is to go ahead and mark out where the pickup's going to go. As you recall, we're going to use EMG 81, so let me get that marked out and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, marked out where the pickup cavity is going to go, and one volume knob. So go ahead and screw all the way through there, and then I'll separate everything and then we'll cut out for the pickup cavity. Very cool. See you in a bit. Alright, we're going to cut out for the pickup cavity. Pretty awesome. And I drilled all the way through for the volume knob. So let me flip it over and start figuring out some wiring in the input jack and all that. See, so I figured out the wiring on for the pickup and for everything. For the input jack, we're going to go right there with the square. We're going to go with the on-off switch for the LEDs, and just the simple one potentiometer cavity right there. So got all that set. Get my Dremel tool queued up and then Dremel this out, and we'll see you in a little while. Alright, got the wiring routed on the back side. Now it's time to figure out, as you recall, we're going to go with the two 9 volt and the 12 volt battery compartments, which I have right here. So we got to figure that out. I got it in here somewhere. There we go. And go with the 9 volt battery compartments, the flush one. And then we'll cut this one down to size, but that's going to be for the 12 volt battery compartment. So let's figure that out and Dremel on the back side. So we'll see that. Quick update, I've got the Dremel of the switch cavity, the potentiometer cavity, and the input jack. Very cool on both sides. I made a little wider opening for the cavity for the potentiometer because, you know, I got to fit the switch in there, and it's a little oblong. I still got to check it. I might make it a little bit bigger. But figuring out where the 9 volt battery compartment's going to go and the 12 volt battery compartment. So let me go ahead and trim this to shape. I'm going to have to trim off probably about 1/2 inch. We don't need that thick. So let me do that, and then we'll get ready to get the Dremel or the scroll saw back up and then cut out those pockets, making some good progress. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, quick update, just about ready for the glue phase. We've got all the dremeling for the wiring bits, and then for the 9 volt battery and the 12 volt battery compartments, and routed out for that. Let me show you. That's what the back looks like. And I still got to double check to make sure there's enough room in that cavity right there. But 9 volt battery compartment will go there, like so, or the 12 volt, and then the 9 volt battery, the latch will go right there. Perfect. All right, so we're about ready for the glue phase. Again, let me check, make sure this opening is plenty of room to put all the wires in there, and I don't think I'll need a little circuit boards because I think there's not going to be as many LEDs on this one, so that's going to be great. I think we'll have full brightness. So let me check all that, and then we'll be ready to glue these two pieces together. All right, we'll see you in a bit. I got everything completed. I drew out where not to put the glue. And let's go ahead and glue these two pieces together. All right, we'll see when I get that done. All right, successful glue phase. We're good to go. We are glued together. Oh, wow. And I only got 2 screws in there temporarily. I'll take them out in a little bit. I just want to make sure the glue is fully cured. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my Bondo body. Alright, glue face successful. Battery was cutting out, so I don't know what cut out or not. But alright, next step's going to go ahead and get the Bondo body filler, and do the sides and anywhere it needs it. And I'll see when I get some progress done there, but looking pretty good. That's the end of it. Alright, quick update. Ugly Face Part 1 is in full effect. We've got the back and the sides with the Bondo body filler. Pretty awesome. Alright, we'll let this set overnight. I mean, it's already dry now, but it's getting kind of late and I'm tired, so. And then we'll continue. Alright, and we'll see you then. Good morning, 26th of March 2024. And this beautiful, overcast, breezy day here in Central Florida. Time to continue work on the LED Light Up Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. Oh yeah. Got the ugly phase going on. I got my files and my sandpaper and my tools. We're gonna make everything level. Put a back bevel around on the back bevel parts. Round it real smooth. Flatten everything really good. And then we're gonna create some back pedometer access panel plate covers. Get them installed. And then maybe we'll do some fret work. And then prepare for a full-on string test. Yeah, looking pretty good. So let me start with that, and we'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you when I get all this body filler smooth and looking perfect. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, quick update. Ugly Face Part 1 is completed. Sanded it smooth, and it's looking pretty awesome. Glad it's a windy day today. Yeah, looks pretty killer. Oh yeah, check that out. Pretty sweet. And I rounded the back and the front. Of course, I kept square because we're going to put a faceplate of LEDs. So I've got some recycled pick guards. I'm going to go ahead and make my 2 back access panel plates. Drew out a circle, and I'm going to fit that over there. And then we're going to do a square-ish cover plate there in black. So let me work on that, and I'll see you in a bit. I did cut my 2 shapes. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to put another hole there, countersink it, and then another hole on the side there and countersink. And then I'm going to trace with a pencil. Then I'm going to score it with my X-Acto blade, and then I'm going to countersink and install both access panel plates. Yeah, those will look good. So let me do that, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, got the shapes traced out. Looks pretty good. Got a fresh X-Acto blade, so I'm going to score it real quick, get my Dremel tool back out, and then countersink. And then on each one, I'm going to add another hole and do the countersink on the hole, and then install it on the body, and I'll see you when I get all that done. Alright, quick update. Got the access panel plate and the LED switch covers installed, countersunk. Added the 1 screw hole for each, countersunk them, so it looks pretty cool. Alright, so let me go ahead and clean up my mess. Just wanted to show you. Very cool. Cool. Clean up my mess a little bit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and work on the front face plate plastic. Do that first, and then maybe do the countersinking of all the bits for the LED probably prior to the string test. That way I can check all that, the hollowing and everything like that, or the dremeling parts prior to getting the strings. And as always, you know, when I do a string test, I let it set for a few days. That way I see if there's any shift, any movement in the body and everything like that. I think it'll be perfect. Shouldn't have any problem at all. But let me go ahead and clean up my mess, like I said, and then get out the plastic material, and then we'll start working on that process. So cool. All right, see you in a bit. All right, got my mess cleaned out. I got my leftover sheet of polycarbonate sheet. This is the stuff that we're going to use for the LEDs to install into. If you followed me on my random star LED light up, you recall this process. But I got the body here. I'm going to trace out the shape and then very carefully cut out the with the scroll saw. So let me go ahead and work on that. And looks like I'm gonna have one attempt with this sheet. I can always go back to Lowe's and get more if I mess up, but fingers crossed I don't mess up. I do it very carefully. So let's work on that, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, carefully traced out the shape. You can see that line. Tried to get it as close to the line as possible on the body. So let me go ahead and get the scroll saw cut out and carefully cut this piece. Very cool. All right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, successful cutout of the shape. Looks pretty awesome. Looks pretty killer. I went ahead and traced out the neck pocket with just a little, just a little bit overhang where the the butt end goes. That way I can have a little bit of room if I need to trim. That way it stays perfectly connected. But yeah, pretty sweet. Yeah, this material that I found is actually pretty pliable, and you can bend it. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. I've thought about doing a bunch of different techniques. I actually use this on the ET finger and the ET Heartlight. This stuff right here, like I said, it's very bendable. It's not fragile. You can't, here's a scrap piece. So you can't really crack it. It's not brittle like that. It'll actually bend, and when you apply a little bit of heat to it, it'll actually conform to any shape you want. So very cool. So let me carefully cut this out. That's kind of crucial because this stuff is unforgiving, and I'll definitely get the orbital sander out and get it trimmed perfect to where it matches the body perfectly. So all right, so let me work on that. Fingers crossed that goes smooth, and we'll see in a bit. Alright, got the perfect cutout for the neck pocket. Looks pretty awesome. Yeah, that's great material. The material is so awesome, and it's got the clear coat, the protective coating on both sides. I'll take that off prior to installing it when I do the LED step. Yeah, so let me clean up my mess a little bit. Next step is going to be go ahead and figure out the circle parts, get my pencil and retrace where the border is, because I'm going to Dremel down everywhere that doesn't need to be, probably about a 1/4 inch or so. That way it gives room for the LEDs underneath the poly. So let me work on that, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I got traced out where I'm going to leave the wood, and then anything on the inside of these spots we're going to go ahead and Dremel down probably 1/8 of an inch. It all is going to determine how thick the input jack for the volume knob, rather. Not the input jack, but the volume knob. So we'll dictate how far, and we want to leave enough clearance for the LEDs and all the wires to fit underneath. So we'll start with that. Get my Dremel tool out, fingers crossed. We'll start on one side and we'll go as deep as possible, give plenty of room, but keep stability of the whole body. And I left a little bit of girth there because it's got the chrome pickup ring. So all right, we'll see you in a bit. Fingers crossed. Start working on this. I'll catch back up with you when I get some progress. All right, quick update. Just wanted to show you this. I actually went and with the X-Acto blade and made a deep groove on all the pencil lines. I missed one. I gotta do that. And then I wanted to show you the back, the countersunk cavities for the potentiometer and for the switch for the LED. I might go a little. For this cavity, I might, and that screw is right on the edge, but that'll be fine. I'll glue that. I might go a little bit, Dremel out just a little more, just a little bit, all the way down. That way, have as much room in that as possible, because that have plenty of wire room. But all right, gonna go ahead and start Dremeling out the sections. I wanted to show you what cutaway bits that I actually use. I use these right here. I don't know if I can open that. No, I can't open it with one hand. Well, maybe I can. So I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm going to get a fresh one. These ones right here. Get a fresh one and start working on that. Battery on the phone, of course, as always. So let me work on that, and I'll see you in a bit. I just want to give a quick update. Got some progress. This is what we're going for. Let's see if the camera can show the depth. Want to leave plenty of room so the wires and the LEDs can fit underneath. If you get a chance, go back and look at my Random Star LED light up guitar on my Facebook page, and you'll see the process of how I created that too. And this is second one I've done. So the first one was experimental. This is experimental as well, but this time I got a good bead on what to do. So very cool. See how I left a lip? So that way when we place the plastic, the poly over the top with the LEDs and all the wires and everything, it'll look really cool. So, alright, so let me continue some progress and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update, making some progress. Oh yeah. And I'll fill in with some body filler the holes and the lines and anywhere that's, you know, got cut a little too deep or whatever and make it perfect. So, alright, so let me finish this up and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, quick update. Woo! That's some work right there. And I gotta touch up a few spots. I got the body filler, a few spots that were a little thin and a little touch up of doing the Dremel work. But yeah, that's what we're looking for. Cavities, so the LEDs and all the wires have a place to hide. Very cool. Alright, so let me get the body filler and touch up a few of these spots. And sorry, the phone's acting up with the battery again. A few of these spots, I mean, you would figure this is underneath the LEDs, but it is somewhat visible. So I'm going to try to make it because, you know, the plexi is going to be clear. The poly, rather. So let me get it looking good, fill in all these little holes from the screws, and then I'll see you when I get some progress done there. See you in a bit. But yeah, that's what we're going for. And hopefully that's a deep enough channel. Yeah, the deepness was dictated by the potentiometer. You can see in there it's a certain depth, and I didn't want to go through to that, so we had to, you know, have a little bit of meat on the bone there, but I could still have just a hair just in case I have to Dremel that out to potentiometer, but we'll get to that later. But let me go ahead and touch up all these imperfections and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. Got everything dialed in, looking pretty good. Let's conclude progress for today. I got a lot done. Wow, that looks absolutely amazing. And hopefully that's enough room. I hope I made it deep enough to where all the LED wires and the back of the LEDs are able to. So fingers crossed on that. So, alright, hope everybody's having a great day. Yeah, that looks pretty killer. Whew, that was some work right there. But so worth it though. I still got to do the you know, widen that a little bit. I might not. That should be, yeah, it might be okay. But I already started cleaning up my mess. So yeah, we'll continue again. Tomorrow I should be getting parts for some other projects. So that's cool. It's cool to do couple projects, 3 projects at the same time. That way, when one is waiting on one part or one process, then you can work on the other. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. All right. And we will see you tomorrow. Can't wait to get some LEDs in this bad boy and light up. Whew, got a lot of work left. Got a lot of work done, but so much more to do. But that's the part of the whole part of it. All right, we'll see you soon. All right, one more quick update. I'm inside. I got everything cleaned up. I just wanted to show you, sum up today's progress. We've got the poly. What is this called again? Polycarbonate sheet. We got that cut for the LEDs to go into, and then we did all the body filler, and then we did all the channeling for the LEDs. And I looked at my the Random Star LED light up guitar that I did, and we are good as far as depth. This should be deep enough for the LEDs and the wires to fit underneath, but very cool indeed. Wow, that's a lot of work, but wow, it's just so worth it. It's a labor of love. And I still might channel out where I got the pencil marks just to have a little bit deeper, a little bit more room, because all the wires, you just never know. And the wire for the LED, all the different sections are going to come through. Probably I'll put probably a hole like right there, all the way through into the cavity. So very cool. All right, let's conclude progress for today. Whew, that was a lot of work today, but we got so much done. Very cool. All right. And then we'll mark out all the zones and go through the process of doing all the LEDs. Like I said, if you go through on my Facebook page and you go through, just type in search on Brian Pan's guitars and random star LED light, it'll pull up a bunch of videos and photos on that guitar. So, but this one's this random Ninja Warrior shape. So very cool. All right, we'll see you soon. Good morning, 26th of March 2024. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior LED light up electric guitar. It's time again for some fret work. So first step's going to be to get my straight edge and make sure the neck is nice and straight. Then I'm going to get my fret end file, SKUMAC fret end file, and make all these frets nice and round. Yeah, they're pretty sharp right now. Just wanted to show you how they look prior to that process. Very sharp. All right, and let me get that done and we'll see in a bit. All right, quick update. Got the fret ends nice and rounded. Oh yeah, with minimal tool marks. All right, next step, I'm gonna double check, make sure the neck is straight. Then I'm gonna go ahead and tape up all the frets, and I'll see when I get that done. All right, got the fretboard taped up. All right, we're gonna go with my SKUMAC fret end files. Pretty cool. Got two of these. Got a fresh 320 grit sandpaper on my leveling beam. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the frets, and then we're gonna put a nice level on there, and then I'll recheck with my rocker arm. So let me do that, and we'll see when I get that done. Got everything taped off. Got a level on all the frets. I'm gonna show you how they look. All right. So let me go ahead and remark the frets with my Sharpie, and then I'll put a nice crown on all the frets, and we'll see when I get that done. All right, got all the frets nice and crowned, looking pretty good. Let me try to show you. That center line is the crown. Very cool, perfectly crowned. All right, so let me go through with the sandpapers, round over the frets, and polish the frets to a nice high shine. We start with 800, 1000, 1200, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 5,000, 7,000, all the way up to 10,000 grits. And I'll go through on the sides and round everything really nice, and then put a high gloss shine. This process takes about 2 hours, so I'll see when I get all that done. All right, quick update. All the frets have been leveled, crowned, and polished. And let me show you how beautiful they turned out. Wow. It's always my favorite part and least favorite part. It's the most labor intensive part, but wow. Alright, so let me get my mess cleaned up, take off all the tape, and get everything, here, get all that fret dust everywhere. Everything all situated, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, got everything cleaned up, looks pretty awesome. Frets leveled, crowned, and polished, pretty sweet. Alright, it's a perfect day for this today, because it's a complete rain day outside, but we don't have to go outside today, so that's good. Let me get the body out, and, whoa, ready for a full-on string test, so let's get the body and temporarily get everything set up and start that process. So we'll see in a bit. Alright, got the body back out. Okay, real quick before we start the wiring process, I'm gonna go ahead and mark out where the post holes are gonna go and the opening for the potentiometer. Because that way I'm gonna, when I install the bridge, I'm gonna go ahead and lock in the posts, get them solid in there, and I'll try them to cure, and those aren't gonna come back out when I do everything else. So that way, let me go ahead and draw all the lines. So, see in a bit. Alright, got the all the different borders drawn out. That way, when I figure out the different zones, which is going to be 5 zones, I'll mark that, and then I'll put dots for every one of the LEDs where that's going to go, but we'll get to that point. Alright, so first step is going to be to install the ground wire. Underneath the post, as you recall, there's a hole that I drew to the cavity on this side, actually. And so let me go ahead and feed that through, and I'll see when I get that done. Alright, installed the ground wire and pulled it through, and it's hanging off the top of the nub there. And I installed the 2 posts for the bridge. And you recall that's the bridge we're using. Alright, perfect. Alright, bingo. Awesome. Alright, next step's going to be to go ahead and install the pickup on the pickup ring, and then pull the wire through, and we'll see when I get that done. Alright, install the input jack. Now I wanted to show you something. I purposely have the input jack a little bit on the higher side, because when I add the the film for the LEDs, it's gonna increase the width of the body a little bit. So see, perfect, awesome. All right, so next step is to go ahead and turn the body around and then install the 9-volt battery compartment. Get that installed, get that in there, and pull the wires through, and we'll see in a bit. All right, installed the 9-volt battery compartment, got the wire pulled all the way through. So let me go ahead and set up my potentiometer and go ahead and get everything wired in, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, get everything wired together, and I put the back potentiometer cavity cover back on. Alright, so we're ready to do a full-on sound test. So let me fire up the amp, and then I'll be right back. Ready to do a sound test. I got my hot lead. Very cool. Plug in the guitar so we can do the one-handed. And I can, there we go. Volume all the way up. We should get. Alright. Turn the volume all the way down. Alright, we are successfully wired. Alright, so let me go get the neck back and then install the tuning keys, and then we'll continue. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Let's go. Alright, got the neck back out. I can install the tuning keys rather. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, successful installation of the tuning keys. Looks pretty awesome. Sweet. Alright, let me go ahead and reattach the neck to the body, and we'll see when I get that done. Alright, successful installation of the neck to the body, and I have installed the volume knob. Very cool. Looks pretty awesome. It looks killer even without the LEDs, doesn't it? Just the recess. You can practically put anything in that recessed cavity. Alright. Next step, install the rest of the bridge, and then go ahead and go on with the D'Addario XL's 10 to 52 gauge strings. So let me go ahead and put my 2 E strings on there, and I'll see you when I get some progress done there. That's very cool. Alright, and show you the back. Sweet! Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah. Got my 2 E strings on, and everything's lining up perfectly. And put the rest of the strings on. Back in a second. Alright, got all the strings attached. Looks pretty awesome. Very cool indeed. Alright, so now it's time to get everything up to pitch, adjust the bridge height, adjust the pickup height, adjust the truss rod if I need be, cut the nut slots deeper, and get it dialed in perfectly. Then we'll do a full-on string test, sound test, playing demonstration, and also I'm going to install the strap buttons. And I've got a mark there for... Damn, motherfucking battery. Alright, quick update. Got the strings installed. Everything looks pretty good. Wow. Alright, next step's going to be to adjust the bridge height, adjust the pickup height, adjust the truss rod, cut the nut slots deeper, get it dialed in perfectly. I'm going to install the strap buttons, which one there, where the mark is, and then the flip side of the neck plate. And then we'll do a full-on sound playing demonstration. Alright, we'll see you in a little while. Very cool though. Killer! Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, got it up to pitch. It sounds amazing. It plays amazing. I cut the nut slots, got everything dialed in. Just wanted to show you how cool it looks. I'll clean up my mess, and then we'll do a full-on sound test. Very cool. I'll install the strap buttons in the usual spots. So very cool indeed. Alright. Let me get my mess cleaned up, and then we'll do a sound test. See you in a sec. Alright, got the basics set up. Sounds pretty amazing. Plays really cool. The strap buttons. Complete shred neck. Brand new strings, so they're stretching a little bit. plays amazing. Wow, still stayed pretty much in tune. And I figured, let's do a playing demonstration song. Let's do Kill 'Em All. Metallica, Hit the Lights, of course, the LED light guitar. So why not do Hit the Lights? And then I'll show you. So check this out. And then, yeah, very cool indeed. Can't wait to get the LEDs in there. Got a solid press rod cover, of course. So dry. Very cool. All right, wow. are so dry from working with the wood all day. Yeah, pretty much stayed in tune. Alright, so we'll let this settle for a couple days and then make any fine adjustments as need be. I think I should adjust the truss rod a little bit and get everything dialed in, and then we'll start the paint process to where do the wood grain filler and get everything looking perfect, and then get a coat of some flat black primer. Very cool. We're going to paint the front of the headstock silver, of course, with the ragland, with the black truss rod cover. We're going to have the ragland inlay. We're going to do that, and then we're going to paint the body silver, but we're going to try to get it as perfect as possible. And we're going to do the 2K clear coat over the silver once that cures. So it's going to be really... We didn't do that on the first one because we just went with opted with the regular silver on the Random Star guitar, because I thought the industrial look without the super shiny gloss. But on this one, we're going to pull out all the stops and make it look as perfect as absolutely possible. So very cool. I'm really happy with how far and how quickly this is. You know, the more you do this, the better you get, and the better your skill set. As you can see, I think it's turning out absolutely perfect. Cool. Alright, and hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow. I'm going to start working on a couple other projects. Still waiting on a couple parts. But yeah, that Jackson style headstock really is pretty killer. Alright, thanks again for watching this long, somewhat long playing demonstration. Very cool. Yeah, when the LED is going to go from, you know, the 5 zones, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and it's going to go from the head of the guitar all the way to the back of the guitar with this succession with the switch right there. And we're just going to do the one-way switch this time. The Random Star we did both ways, to where when you flip the switch forward it went from the back to the front. When you flip the switch to the back it went from the front to the back. And we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to go from the front to the back because I only have one of the switches. So cool. I could order it, but it'd probably take about 2 or 3 weeks to get here. And so, all right. And we'll see you soon. All right. Good morning. 27th of March, 2024. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior LED light up electric guitar build. I've been playing it all night long, and it plays just amazing. And this morning, nothing really settled at all, so perfect. We're good to go for the next step. Next step's going to be go ahead and dismantle it, take care of that back. I'm going to Dremel out that little back part and start the wood grain filler phase, start the painting of the guitar body and everything like that. So very cool indeed. Wow, that looks so cool. So alright, so let me get everything taken apart, and I'll see when I get that done. I got everything dismantled. I corrected a few things. I corrected a little bit of a break there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the poly back out, and I'm going to trace out. I forgot to trace out for the pickup, and then we're going to move everything outside, and we'll see in a bit. Marked out for the pickup cavity. All right, so we'll go outside, and then I'll cut these openings so it sits flush, and cut open for the pickup and the hole for the potentiometer. And then we'll work on the back, the Dremel parts that I was talking about, wanting to make the cavity a little bit deeper to account for all the wires that I'm going to have to go in there. So we'll start working on that, so we'll see you outside. Alright, Dremeled out for the pickup, our potentiometer cavity, and that's plenty of room for the wiring for the guitar LEDs and for the electronics in the guitar. Okay, so let me get the polyurethane out, and then cut for the openings for the posts and for the pickup. We'll see you in a sec. Quick update: successful cutout for the post holes, the pickup cavity, and for the potentiometer hole. So very cool. Everything lines up perfectly. That was kind of stressful, because this, you got one shot and then you have to start all over again, but luckily it went well. So alright, so next step is going to be the ugly phase part 2. Gonna go ahead and start the wood grain filler phase. Very cool. Alright, we'll see when I get some progress done there. Alright, got everything cleaned up. Now it's time for the ugly phase part 2, the wood grain filler phase. As always, used my favorite, and we're gonna get some layers on the back and sides and a little bit in the front as well. Get everything good to go. Alright, we'll see when I mix up the batch. See you in a bit. Alright, quick update. I got first layers of body filler on the back and sides. It looks ugly like it should. And I've decided actually what I'm going to do. I kind of jumped the gun on the ugly face real quick. I'm going to go ahead and attach the face plate. Because that way I'm going to get the orbital sander out and sand around the sides to make the face plate match the body perfectly, exactly, prior to the ugly filler phase. So what I'm going to do, go ahead and figure out my spacings of my screws. Probably put a screw there, a screw there, a screw there, figure all that out. Every 3-4 inches or so have screws, and go ahead and lock it in, and then I'll get the orbital sander back out and then go around the sides, and that way the poly will match the body exactly prior to the other phase. So let me work on that and I'll see you in a bit. Quick update, I figured out the spacings. Every one of these marks I'm going to put a screw. Very cool. And then these are the screws I'm going to use. The typical pickup ring screws, and then I'm going to pre-drill, and then I'm going to countersink with the Dremel. So let me get the screws all set, and I'll see you after I get that done. Quick update, got all the screws installed. Looks pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Alright, let me get out the orbital sander, and then I'll trim off the excess and make the poly face plate completely flush to the body itself. See you in a bit. Alright, got the orbital sander out with the proper bit. Let me go ahead and make these edges flush to the body. Alright, got the edges dialed in perfectly. Oh yeah, completely flush and feeling good. And I took a second and did some sanding around the edge with some 320 grit. That way it doesn't feel sharp to the touch. Alright, let me get the neck pocket dialed in just a little bit better with the Dremel tool, very carefully, and then we'll take off the face plate, store that, and then continue with the ugly phase part 2 wood grain filler. But very cool. Alright, quick update. Ugly phase part 2 has been completed, and I've got it sanded. Beautiful. Next step's going to be to go ahead and put it on a hanger and apply some first round of primer, flat black primer. But I just wanted to show you how cool it looks before that step. Oh yeah. Transformation from the ugly stage to the sanded. And then after I do a round of primer, of course, I'll sand that to get the finish as perfect as possible. So, very cool. So let me go ahead and put it on the hanger like I said and get some primer. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, quick update. I got the first layers of primer base coats on there, and it looks pretty awesome. Oh yeah. And we'll let this cure overnight, and then we'll sand it tomorrow, and then I'll probably go with another can of primer to level everything off and make it as perfect as possible. Very cool. And then after we let the second can cure, then we'll go with layers of base coat silver, metallic silver. Alright, that's conclude progress for today. Got quite a bit done. Very cool. Alright, we'll see you soon. Alright, March 28, 2024. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior LED light up electric guitar. Alright, so got the body drying the primer from yesterday. Now it's time to mark out where all the LEDs are going to go. And if you follow me on my Facebook page, you may recall that I did the Random Star was the first LED light guitar that I did, and I save everything. I save all my cutouts and everything, the ones that I can. And this is the cutout from that guitar. And as you can see, the bodies are similar in shape. So I'm going to use this one for the zone, the 5 zones of the guitar, which is really cool. And I'm going to double check lines. And then I'll go ahead and peel off the back film because I'm going to be cutting from the back upwards the holes for the LEDs. And then I'll get my Sharpie and then I'll mark that. And once I get the zones figured out, then I made this paper where I did the lines. I do believe it was 3/4 inches apart, all the different squares, and then I'll mark all the dots for all the individual rhinestones. So we work on this a little bit and then we'll see in a bit. A quick update, peeled the back of film off. Still got the protective film on the front. I'm not going to peel it off until we're ready to install it. But went ahead and marked the different zones, 5 zones, very cool. And then every one of these dots is going to be a LED. So, okay, so I've got my LEDs. As you recall, we're going to go with the same LEDs we used in the first one. These one right here. Very cool. So, alright, so I got some scrap pieces and we're going to go find the drill bit that I need for the LEDs and then figure all that out. We'll go outside and practice that, but then we'll start individually drilling out for every single one of the LEDs. So fingers crossed, we'll see in a bit. We're all set up outside. I found a really good bit this time. It fits perfectly. I'll have to show you, but I've done some test holes in a scrap piece and we fit really good in there. Let me show you what it looks like one second. Alright. The LED is pushed through to the front, so that's what we're looking for. Now we got to do that probably about 600-700 times. I can't remember how many LEDs were in the random star, but it was quite a few. So every one of these holes are going to make a hole, every one of these marks. So we'll start working our way through and we'll see and get some progress. Alright, making a little bit of progress. Slow and steady. Very cool. Alright, we'll see when I get more progress done. Getting there. Long way to go though. Alright, quick update. Smooth sailing so far. It's going pretty smooth. No issues, thank God. Whew, kind of taking it slow and steady. Alright, we'll get there. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. We're getting there. Only the back quarter left to go. Whew, that's some work, boy. I'll tell you what, but it's going to be so worth it. Alright, let me finish it up and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, quick update. Got all the holes for the LEDs complete. And it looks pretty amazing. Alright, very cool. Alright, let me clean up my mess and then we'll move everything inside and we'll start the wiring of the LEDs. Wow. Can't believe we made it this far already. Alright, we'll see you in a little while. We're inside, ready to start the LED light process. I'm going to start from the front and work my way back. Once I set a few, I'm going to do this first zone first. And then, all the way back. So let me go ahead and wire up a few LEDs and then I'll show you how it looks when I get that going. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, quick update. I've got zone number 1 complete. And it is looking very cool, very bright. This is on 3 volts. Each zone is going to be 3 volts, and like on the random star. And I like the fact that, I did pretty straight on the placement of the LEDs, but it's not like machine straight. You know what I mean? It's like human straight, which is awesome. So that's cool. So alright, probably gonna wrap it up for today. It's like almost 5 o'clock. I've been at this all day pretty much. But yeah, I like that one LED that's right there by the lip. And then, we'll keep moving down the line, keep doing all the zones. But yeah, pretty cool. I just got it kind of loosely attached, so if the battery held. Very cool. And there's a screw that goes right by this point. I was thinking I might add an LED in there, but I don't know, it kind of looks okay. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, because the full effect of it, because it's not completely perfect on all of them. So yeah, I like it. Alright, so we'll continue progress, but alright, we'll see you soon. Good morning, March 30th, 2024. And I just wanted to show you some progress updates on the Ninja Warrior LED light up electric guitar build. I've got the 3 zones, all the LEDs, very cool. Got 2 more zones to go. I've been at it pretty much consistently. And as you can see, the plastic does warp a little bit from the heat from the soldering, but once you screw it down, it's completely flush and awesome. But yeah, that looks pretty awesome. It's fairly bright too. I think this zone right here has the most LEDs, so that's going to be the slightest dimmest zone, but it's still very bright, as you can tell. Yeah, I can't remember. I think there's 200 and almost 2,500, 250 or so LEDs per second zone. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be very cool. All right, time to continue progress. But that looks pretty killer. Very bright. Yeah, it's kind of hypnotic. I remember the first guitar that I made with the LED lights like this. It was just kind of staring at it. Just kind of, it's like watching a fire in a fireplace. You're just kind of like memorized by the LED. Yeah, very cool. All right, let me work on the last two zones. Hopefully everything went okay. It goes okay. You just never know, but everything's fixable. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And when it's on the silver body, because it's going to be silver, and you can see through the silver, the plaques. I still got the protective coating on the top side. I'll peel that off before I install it, so it'll be super clear, and you'll be able to see through to the silver on the bottom. Yeah, very cool. I just can't help but staring at it. And the cool thing about the system too is all the LEDs are replaceable. So if you get one that shorts out or wiring that's not good, just take the faceplate off, because remember it's got the screws. And take it off and cool. Alright, we'll see you soon. Alright, good evening everyone. It's still the 30th of March 2024 and I've completed all the zones. I just wanted to show you how cool it turned out. All 5 zones. Whew, that was a lot of work, I tell you what, but it's so worth it. And I put the 3rd, 4th, and 5th zones have the chip I installed. I'll have to show you that. This chip right here. And it converts the output to 5 volts. I didn't do that for the 1st zone and the 5th zone because those didn't have that many LEDs per as far as the other, like the zone 2, 3, and 4. I put the 5 volt chip. That way it matches everything evenly, and I think it looks pretty good. And like I said, this is a little bit concave, just a little bit. Once I put it in the body and the plastic straightens out, it'll be completely awesome. But just wanted to show you. Oh, I am tired. Been at this all day today, but yeah, and that is hypnotizing. Just want to document, get some footage. And like I said on the past video, all these LEDs are replaceable individually. I'll have to count all these up. I'm guessing there's probably 250, 500, maybe 800, maybe 1,000 altogether LEDs, individually placed LEDs, but wow. That's cool. Can't wait to get it in the body and it has the full effect with the silver paint. Tomorrow I might do a trial run where I just install just the LED plate on the body with the primer. But I think it should be fine. But yeah, I'm going to have to do that anyway because I'm going to have to drill some holes for where the all the light. Each zone has 2 wires, a positive and a negative, and that's going to go through a hole that I'm going to make in the body, probably about there. So, yeah. Cool. And as you recall, the switch will be down here. And I got some really cool switches in today. I don't know if I can find them yet. I did. Cool. I got these switches. Yeah, cool, and it's got the outer protectant the little black knob that fits over the top that protects it from moisture and whatnot. I'll have to see how that looks, but yeah, I got these today, so that's pretty cool. Finally got the bass pickup for the Burning Witches bass. Finally got that pickup. Can't wait to be going on that again, but all right, hope everybody's having a good night. It's Hypnotic, and that's what the headlight out. Let me show you. When the lights are, I've got all kinds of lights in this room. But when the full lights are, it's still pretty bright. And with a fresh, these are 12-volt batteries. With a fresh 12-volt battery, it'll be even brighter. I'll have to do a test and see how long it lasts for. Wow, that's cool. Alright, hope you're having a good night. Yeah, I can already see the battery starting to wane a little bit. Yeah, these batteries are pretty cheap too. And we got a separate compartment this time for this battery, so I don't have to cram everything into the small cavity. So, alright, we will talk to you soon. Good morning, April 3rd, 2024. And time to continue work on the LED light up electric guitar. I've had some time to sand the body, try to get it smooth and flat. This is just the first round of primer. Just wanted to show you the sanding. And we're going to go ahead and go with some silver paint. And we'll probably have to go 3 rounds of the silver. And today it's a little bit, you got all the pollen in the trees, which is just fine. It wouldn't be good for the final coat. But we're going to go with this, we're going to try this new spray paint that I'm trying, BHR Dark Steel Metallic Gloss. And like I said, it's gonna do some layers, put some color on there, and we're gonna sand it. Definitely, it's not gonna be the final coat, but I just wanted to show you how it looks. And then I did drill out an opening. It's gonna be 6 wires actually. Thinking about it. Hopefully that'll be big enough. Might have to experiment. Go in there and cut 6 wires and see exactly the shape. Yeah, let me get right back to you. All right, it cut me about 6 wires, and I wanted to show you. Got the hole here, and we got plenty of room for probably fit about 10-12 wires, so we're good there. Yeah, we're good there. So let me go ahead and get some color on there, and we'll see when I get a little color. First rounds of silver paint. Like I said, we're going to use this right here. So we'll see in a bit. All right, quick update. I got the body inside, but this stuff right here, wow, it's amazing. It dries super fast. It lays super clear. I'm going to start using this for base color paints. I did have one issue with the can that I got. The nozzle that was on the can originally, I got plenty of paint nozzles, but I replaced it with this nozzle. It's a little bit different than the one that's on there, but it fits. And after I corrected that, it was fine. But at first, it was like spewing out little lumps here and there. But yeah, let me go inside and show you. And I love that color. It's kind of like a dark metallic silver, not super dark. But let me go inside one second. All right, we're inside. Check this out. It's only been about half an hour, 45 minutes, and it's pretty much dried to the touch. I mean, it's not completely 100% cured, but wow, this stuff is amazing. Look at that. Check that out. It laid evenly. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. I mean, you know, of course it needs a 2K clear coat over the top, but just for being the base color paints, I've really never had such a smooth transition like that. And like I said, this is just the first coat. There's a couple spots I want to sand, let it cure. I have to look at the directions, see how long it completely cures. But wow, I'm pretty impressed with that paint. So I'll be using that paint from now on for base colors on the solid body kind of scenarios. But wow, check that out. I mean, it does have like a painty smell. It does. It's very kind of stinky in a way, but other than that, very cool. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. I got the neck taped up the way I like. I'm going to go ahead and spray some silver on the front of the headstock. We'll see you in a bit. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior LED light up guitar. I've got the neck taped off. Going to do the raglan on the fretboard in metallic silver paint. And fingers crossed, see you in a bit. Good morning, May 1st, 2024. and it's time to continue work on the LED Ninja Warrior light up guitar build. Wow. Just to kind of catch you up a little bit, I was able to apply some 2K clear coat to the body, and I think it turned out pretty awesome. See if I can get any kind of shadows. Oh yeah, very cool. Looks pretty awesome. And it's not a perfect finish. When I was applying the 2K clear coat, there was a little bit of rain out and just a little minor imperfections, but that's just me being really critical. I always try to make these bodies as perfect as possible. It does look pretty good, but there are some minor flaws that I see, but probably no one else would even notice. Like I said, just my sensitivity to detail, doing this kind of thing, you get that way I guess over time. But all right, it's time to put this guitar together. It's time to assemble it, get all the LEDs working, wired in, and wow. So just wanted to give you just what it's looking like right now. It does look pretty killer. Oh yeah. So alright, so let me get all my tools, get the parts, figure out exactly what the first step's gonna be. So let me get all that situated and be right back. But yeah, that looks cool. Get some better reflections. Yeah, I do like that paint, that new paint that I tried, the silver, a little bit darker silver than the original, the Random Star LED light up. So this is the second one of the series. I plan on doing many more LED light up guitars, but anyway, I digress. So let me work on the first step and let me see you in a second. Alright, got the body set up. We already did the ground wire and we already got the bridge post, remember, from pre-paint. I decided first thing I'm going to pull through my I'm going to go with the active EMG pickup. This is what the bud looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that through the cavity, and then we'll figure out the input jack situation from when I wired it up to do the initial test. So let me do those things and I'll be right back. Alright, so there's installation of the input jack, and I've got the wires pulled through the potentiometer cavity, and same thing with the wire for the EMG active pickup. Alright, next step's going to be to flip it over and go ahead and install my 9-volt battery compartment for the electronics for the guitar part, and I'll see you when I get all that done. Alright, successful installation of 9-volt battery compartment. Do this one-handed. Yeah. So there we go. Alright, next step's going to be to get the potentiometer out and go ahead and wire in the electronics for the guitar bit, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, got everything wired up. Looks pretty good. I've got an extra long potentiometer shaft. That way it got plenty of room for the meat of the LED display. So let me go ahead and turn the guitar over, and then we'll temporarily install the EMG pickup, and then we'll do a full-on sound test. Let me install a 9-volt battery too. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, got the body turned around. I got potentiometer cavity pulled through. I temporarily installed the EMG hot pickup. I've got it plugged into a hot lead, and as per usual, let's do a sound test to see if everything was wired correctly. So I'll go with the volume all the way down as per usual, and we don't get anything. I got my amplifier hooked up over there, and we'll go full on, full volume. Alright, hear that? Very cool, successfully wired. Alright, so let me go ahead and go hang this back on the rack, and let's get the LED light display out and then get that wired up, and we'll see you in a second. Got back out the LED panel display. Wow, it has been a minute since we created this, hasn't it been? Very cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and wire in all the 5 zones and have the white lead ground wire coming close to the potentiometer where they're going to enter the body. So let me get that all wired and figured out. We're going to go with my standard, my favorite wire that I always like to use, these ones right here. So, and fingers crossed that all goes well. I'm going to check all the LED zones, make sure everything's working correctly. Make sure I still have one of my tester batteries over here somewhere. I do believe I do. So, alright, let me get working on that, and we'll see you in a second. Alright, another quick update. I'm methodically going through all the zones with my different variations of thickness of glasses to make sure that all the zones are good and there's no dead LEDs. I had one LED that was positioned wrong, so I replaced it. But like I said, I'm going through making sure, because once it's on the body and everything's wired in, I mean, where I can take it all apart and redo a light, I'd rather not, because that's a long, lengthy process. But yeah, I got all the zones wired in. And in case you're wondering how I identify each of the zone, this is zone 2. I've got a hot and a ground, and as you can see on the end of the hot, I put a silver tip. And then in zone 2, I've got 2 markings, and on zone 3, of course, there's 3 markings. And with the hot on the silver side, same thing with zone 1 is zone 1 marking and the hot. But on zone 5, seeing as how 5 dots on there would be excessive, just go no dots. So no dots is 5 zones. So we've got all of the zones. I really can't. Well, hold on. Let me attach one of the zones. I'll show you. One second. Okay, got zone 2, and this is a weak 3-volt battery, by the way. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing on it and making sure nothing moves or budges, because once I put the LED display, it's going to bend a little bit. So I've been going through and just making sure, bending it, making sure no area shorts out. Yeah, see how that's not good. See, hold on, let's see if it was just disconnecting on the battery or how part of the zone. Yeah, see how part of the zone is not coming on? I have to find out where that short is. It's just not a solder point that needs to be resoldered. But you see how, yeah, I'm glad I showed this on camera. So it's probably either over here where it connects or somewhere up there, but I'll isolate it and I'll be right back. Alright, figure out where the short point was. It was right over here. Got it resoldered. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go through all the different solder points and make sure everything is good to go. Because like I said earlier, I don't want to have to undo it all if something doesn't work right. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, it's finally time. Got the body back out. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and install the LED faceplate. Fingers crossed this goes well. It's the very cool yet very stressful part. I'm going to have to account for the little bit wider pentameter hole, but I've got a good round file, so I'll open that up a little bit. Alright, feed it through and then I'll check all the zones, but let's start working on this. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, quick update. I've got the LED faceplate installed on the body, and it's looking pretty good. I'll peel off the plastic once I do another round of checks. Periodically checking each zone with the wires, the LEDs, but yeah, the faceplate's lining up really well. I dig it. Everything is going as planned. So if you follow me on Facebook, you probably recall this is the second one I've done. So first one was a prototype, this is the first model. So yeah, all right, so let me check the zones again. Then we'll peel off the protective plastic, and then I'll go ahead and install the pickup, because right now it's not, I got to drill open. I got my drill and drill the holes and get that mounted. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got the potentiometer with the long post, which is very helpful. It wouldn't have worked with the shorter one. So alright, let me get some work and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, quick update. I take off the protective plastic installed with one screw, because then I'll readjust it when I got the strings on there. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Yeah, it came together. Yeah, taking off that protective plastic definitely makes it sparkle and shine. Very cool. Alright, so let me go ahead and probably test the LEDs yet one more time. Because on the second time around, I had I had to adjust, so I had to take it off and then redo it, but it's to be expected. Hopefully won't have any more instances of that, but yeah, it looks pretty killer. Ninja Warrior shape. Alright, so let me continue work and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, continue progress. Let me go ahead and install the switch. So I'll wire up the, I'm going to go with a 3-way switch. I think I have some 2 ways. But this one only has 3 two positions, the on and the off for the sequence of LEDs. But I'll just go ahead and install the two-way, three-way. I think I got some two-ways. I'll have to dig them out. So let me do that, and then install the battery compartment for the LEDs, which is going to be the the cut 9 volt. It's going to be the 12 volt in the carriage. So let me work on that, and I'll see you in a bit. A quick update. I went ahead and installed the switch, the two-way switch. I found some new ones that I bought. Very cool. It's just a two-way switch instead of three, so that way it's on and off. On is to the back, and off is to the front. As far as I know, it might be the opposite, but either way, it doesn't matter. I had the option of doing this rubber foam thing on the top of the button instead, and I did consider that because that does give it a different look. But I'm gonna stick with that. The rubber feels kind of weird, but this is cool. I might use this on another thing. Let me go ahead and install the 12 volt battery compartment with the carriage and pull the wires through, and I'll see you when I get that done. Alright, a quick update. I installed the 9 volt battery compartment with the 12 volt carriage. I installed the back access panel plate for the switch. Got all the wires. Yeah, see, that's got the carriage for the 12 volt batteries. The little itty bitty guys there. So, alright, moment of truth. I've got my switch. This is the actual switch that controls the LED sequencing where it goes from the front to the back. I got it all taped up and marked. And if you recall, to refresh your memory, I opted to go with 3 zones with the upgrade 5 volt chip because it's 3 volts on zone 1 and 5, and then 2, 3, and 4 I boosted it up to 5 volts with this chip, and theoretically it'll go from 3 volts to 5 volts for those 3 zones, and hopefully because there's so many LEDs per zone that it will level out the LED brightness. So alright, so let me start working on this, and fingers crossed everything goes well, but smooth sailing so far. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, another quick update. I got everything wired in. Oh wow, that was intense. Fingers crossed it goes well. Everything is the way it should. I think it should be. I'm going to go ahead and turn the body over and do a full-on test here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Alright. Try not to bump anything, being really delicate with the wires because they are somewhat delicate. Alright, here we go. Fingers crossed that everything was well. Alright, turn it on. There it goes. Wow. Pretty sweet. Success. Let's see. Make sure there's no LEDs out anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's bright too. Very cool. Alright, let me double check, triple check, and then carefully tuck all the wires in. I did notice one thing. The 1 isn't where I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But when you turn the switch on, I noticed it starts with zone 3 as zone 1, which is fine. It's just nitpicky stuff, but I would have preferred zone 1 to be the front zone all the way back. See, when you turn it off and then turn it back on, the 1 position is here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which, like I said, it's just kind of nitpicky. I don't see any LEDs out at the moment, but I'll give it some time before I start the assembly process. I don't think the 5 volt chips really made a super difference. I guess it's still really bright. It's hard to really see at that angle. Let's see. Yeah, bright enough anyway. But I don't see, like I said, don't see any LEDs out at the moment. Fingers crossed though. That goes well. All right, let me tuck everything in carefully, and we'll see you in a second. Another quick update. I got everything tightly, neatly tucked in without hardly any movement of the wires, and I installed the back access panel plate, and Let's see. Yep, everything still works. That's always a good thing. All right, very cool indeed. I don't see any LEDs out at the moment. That's always a fear, that you go through all this process and then you have to take it all apart again, which would not be good. So, alright, fingers crossed everything goes well. Go hang this on a hanger, clean up my non-essentials, and then we'll continue. Might take a little break. See you in a bit. That's so cool though. Let's see. Whew. It's kind of stressful. See you in a bit. Now, quick update. I went ahead and installed the knob and installed the two bridge posts. Very cool indeed. That's pretty awesome. Everything is still working fine. Go hang this up and then we'll start working on the neck. We'll get the neck out, install the truss rod cover, the tuning keys. Oh yeah, looks pretty killer. I am very happy with how it came out so far. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Got the neck back out, cleaned up all my non-essentials. I wanted to show you. I applied 2K clear coat a few days ago and it looks pretty killer. Oh yeah. And then I applied the 2K clear coat over the inlay to give it some sheen and durability. Alright, so let me go ahead and install the tuning keys and the truss rod cover. And we'll see in a bit. Very cool though. Yeah, I love that 2K clear coat. Yeah, and it's hard too. It's super. It's got the catalyst. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, I can't remember if I should install the tuning keys and the truss rod cover. Very cool. Alright, it's time to get the body out, take it off the hanger, and get these two together. Let's see a quick update. Time to install the neck to the body. Took the body off the hanger. Alright, let's see when I get that done. Fingers crossed. Successful joining to the neck from the neck to the neck to the body. And it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. It went really smooth. No issue. It's always a chance something go wrong, but yeah, looking pretty awesome. Alright, so it's time to install the bridge and the strings, and we'll see you in a bit. I installed all the strings, got everything dialed up. I installed the strap buttons as well. Looks pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Always the fear of the LED that shorts out or not working at the moment, but fingers crossed, hasn't happened yet. So because to undo it looks pretty cool though. But yeah, alright, so next step is to get everything up to pitch and then do a full-on sound demonstration. We've already done it when it was just the wood before the paint, but wow, that just turned out absolutely amazing. Very cool. Oh wow, that is such a wicked shape. I love the Ninja Warrior shape. I think this is like number 6 or 7 Ninja Warrior. In all different configurations. I'll have to get them all out and take some photographs and videos of all the Ninja Warrior guitars, but wow. Alright, so let me get everything dialed in. Oh wow, right there. Very cool though. Clean up the rest of my mess. And we'll see you in a bit. Alright, quick update. Got the first setup going. Brand new string, so gotta do intonation. Yeah, I gotta set it up, do some intonating. And stretching. I'll be right back. Alright, just got a basic setup real quick. Wanted to show you I'm getting super tired, but brand new strings, of course, stretching. And we'll let this settle. Oh, and show you how it looks when it's. Oh, that is super bright. No LED dread. I know I keep saying that, but there's always that fear. But yeah, looks pretty killer. Alright, got the basic setup. Let me show you with the lights. Wow. That is super bright. I guess those 5-volt chips, like I said, it's 3 volts on the first and fifth, and then it's 5, 5, 5. So very cool. But stretching a little bit, strings. I'm super tired. Very cool. All right, we'll let this settle for a couple days. I'll do a full-on photo shoot. I'll get it all dialed in. Need to adjust the truss rod a little bit. We've got a little over relief on there, but wow, that looks so killer. I think the A's a little out of intonation. Yeah, just a hair. Yep, that's what I figured. So I'll get all that dialed in perfectly, of course, in the next few days. Start working on the other projects. I know, it's hypnotic, isn't it? I like stare at it. That is so killer. Yeah, I love doing the LED guitars. I'll have to do some more shapes, like a Strat shape, Les Paul shape. This is the second shape. This is the Ninja Warrior shape. And if you follow me on Facebook, you can go back a ways and search the LED Random Star guitar. That was the first LED guitar that I did. But yeah, it's a fresh battery, as you can tell. My luck, always the battery is running out. But yeah, this battery's pretty fresh. I think it's brand new. But yeah, it's really killer. I can show you at a variety of different angles and light. But yeah, that is so wicked. My fingers are so dry from working on this. You know, electronics have like a little, you know, when you're soldering, it like has stuff in the solder that gets in your fingertips, and I guess it's probably not good to get it on the fretboard, but it super dries everything out. Easy access to all the highest frets. Anyway, just wanted to give you a brief demonstration again. But wow, that is super killer. The LEDs. I know, it's hypnotic, isn't it? I could sit there and probably watch those LEDs all day long. And hopefully in the next few days we'll keep checking the LEDs to make sure everything's good to go. It's pretty good to go now. No LEDs are out. Everything is functioning as it should. But yeah, it's come a long way since first started. Yeah, and I'm glad I put the 2-way switch instead of the 3-way. But yeah, very cool. Alright, thanks for following another guitar build. And we'll button and wrap this one up here in the next day or two. And then I'll probably post a cover and Brian Pan's Guitar Love. Do an episode. And I'll post the full build over on my YouTube channel. But very cool. Yeah. The Ninja Warrior LED Ran guitar has been built, assembled. Yeah, very cool. Alright, and we'll see you soon. Alright, just a quick brief update of today's progress. I just wanted to show you how great it turned out. Been at it pretty much all day, super tired, but wow. LEDs just look absolutely amazing. Guitar sounds great. But yeah, I'll do a cover song and a playing demonstration here shortly. But yeah, very cool indeed. Alright, hope Everybody's having a good day. See the hypnotic effect of the LEDs. It's so cool. Turned out amazing. Yeah, 2K clear coat really gives it that whole polished glamour look, doesn't it? Get some reflections. Yeah. All right, gonna have me a break, relax a little bit, watch a little YouTube, but we'll see you soon.